Yes, I am.
All rise in court, please. Jurors entering.
Morning.
Hear ye, hear ye, hear. All persons having to do with the Honorable Justice Megan Fernandez, Justice of the Norfolk Superior Court. Draw near, give your attendance, and you shall be heard. Let's have the call of Massachusetts in this honorable court. Please be seated. Please turn off your cell phone.
Good morning, jurors. Good morning. We had a good night. Jurors will start today, as I promised, with the 4 questions. Jurors, were you able to comply with my order that you not do any research about this case? Were you able to comply with my order that you not speak to anyone about this case? Have you stayed away from all social media and or news media? And you all still have open minds? With those 4 questions all answered by, in the affirmative by all 16 jurors, we're ready to begin today's work. Witness may be called to the stand.
Thank you, Your Honor. Commonwealth would recall Harrison Schmidt.
Sir, you understand you're still under oath?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yesterday, we stopped an interview from January 7th at approximately 1 hour and 2 minutes and 35 seconds in. At this point in time, Your Honor, I'd ask to finish that recording.
You may.
Ms. Gilman?
More than that, so.
On the break.
Ms. Gilman, could you make it a little louder?
When was her scheduled flight back?
Tuesday morning.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know which one.
Monday off because of the long weekend?
Yes, that was the understanding.
Okay. And then, correct me if I'm wrong, you said on Friday the 30th when she landed, she told you that she had a work issue, she had to go back.
She was alluding to things being very busy with stuff on Friday, and she was. I remember her being tired.
Did she book a return flight earlier? Did she change the reservation? Did she book a new one?
I don't see. Here's the thing. She sent me the flight coming to Boston,
Yep.
but she never sent me the return flight. All I know is that she told me she had a return flight on the 3rd, but you know, I don't know what time or what that was. I assumed everything was just the way it was, and then she moved the schedule up 2 days, which is not the first time she's done that. I mean, it is the whole thing is a bit. I know it was odd, but considering the last couple months, it wasn't so much that I was like, hey, wait, what's happening? Whereas, you know, when I was talking to Jem was like, well, this seems insane. And I was like, well, Jem, these are the things that I've been dealing with over the last couple months. So it wasn't something that I would be like, well, raise an eyebrow to. It was like, all right, you know, all it did was further confirm that, you know, I got to get to DC with the kids. We've got to work this out. It's, you know, it's too much stress on the whole family. And that was the main thing. I just wanted to be together all the time.
So did Anna ever tell you when the return flight was booked, aside from the Tuesday flight?
Say again?
In other words, did she tell you which flight she was booked on the 3rd?
No, but she always took the first or second flight out. And she had said she had already booked flights for January. But we were supposed to talk about that. And then she said, she did say she was changing a flight, but not this flight. She was changing the flight to Martin Luther King Day. So I don't know if she did that or if she didn't, but she was talking about changing that flight. That she was going to come in Thursday night, stay Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and leave Tuesday. And maybe try to leave, maybe say an extra day. So that she was offering 4 or 5 days. Which is again, was normal when she said I'm going to take Thanksgiving, like 2 weeks for Thanksgiving, but I'm going to stay for 5 days when I come back. And then she only stayed for 1 day. And then she was always like, I'm going to have more time. And it seemed like she was having less and less time.
Okay. On New Year's Eve with Jem,
Yes.
was Jem aware that she had to leave the next morning?
No.
Did, why do you think that is?
What, I don't know. I mean, Jem, we were probably because we just wanted to. I mean, most likely just to enjoy the time with Jem. He was only here for 4.5 hours or so, and we hadn't seen him in
Were
person.
you aware that she was leaving the next day?
No, I wasn't. I was aware that she was probably leaving early. Again, the assumption or story in my head was that she was leaving on Monday.
So she was originally planned to leave on Tuesday. You were on the assumption by her leaving early, it would be Monday.
Yeah, I had no information otherwise, but I was definitely surprised. Like, I gotta go.
Okay. So, what were your plans with on New Year's Day?
Yeah, so it was going to be the same stuff. The only difference is that she might have come up with me to see my mother, possibly, or we would have, or the whole family would have done something, like my, up in Swampscott or somewhere nearby. Because I said I had time, and I don't have to drop my mother off, so we can go see her and get her what she needs, and maybe we could do some stuff. So I was excited about that. I don't know, but I didn't bring it up. But she was troubled by whatever happened with Abdella. She's like, he says, can't be my friend. This was 30 minutes before New Year's, and she brought it up. She did bring it up with Jen at the time before.
Okay.
You said you couldn't be a friend?
He texts on New Year's Eve, saying friendship is over or something to that, right?
Yeah.
What did he say? I'm
What did Anna say?
She said, I'm sorry that I appreciate, give a leadership sort of answer, like, I accept, what you're saying. And then he called to leave a message, and then I remember her saying, I'm not going to listen to this. That's actually put her phone upstairs shortly after. I think she understood it. I think he was saying that, I'm touched, I haven't even seen you for the holiday season, you're in town, not seeing me in person, often enough, that's not acceptable. I'm here to, support you, take care of you, or whatever it is. So, it was just a bit, I mean, it's not the relationship, I guess, she thought that they were having. He's married to the child, just by the way, and they've known each other for 10 years, so just to give you some background.
Do you know how they met?
Yeah, they worked at the Willard Intercontinental together back in 2012.
That she went and put her phone upstairs after that?
After that, she, I would say it was 10 or 15, and then I remember her putting her phone upstairs because she came back down without it.
Was, Thomas came down at one point and hung out with you?
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Was this before, during, or after Thomas was participating as well?
Oh yeah, Thomas went to bed at, he went to bed and then he came over at like 9 or 10 or something. I think Anna took a bunch of photos. Jem and I don't have any because she didn't send them to us yet. But I think she sent one to Will Fasto. So that was when, that's when the photo was taken about. So it was maybe 10 o'clock or something like that.
You know, where upstairs she put her phone at that point?
Yeah, on a bedstand.
In your room?
Yeah, or my room now.
The one with the ceiling tile on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah, not in the ceiling tile drawer, like on top, yeah.
Makes sense.
But she did seem disturbed by that, which was odd. And she did bring it up, she brought it up to me and Jem at the time. So, I mean, that was something, not normal, but.
Yeah, to kind of cut us off. New
Yeah,
Year's Day-
sorry about that.
No problem. You had said that the plan for New Year's Day was to take Anna and the kids up to.
Maybe, yeah, that was
Did you actually have a plan?
No, we didn't have a full-fledged plan at the time. But we had options and stuff, so.
So was the nanny,
Sorry.
was the nanny coming over Sunday, the last night thing, was that?
No, the nanny was gonna come over, anyways, because, I was gonna go, I set everything up in advance, cause I was gonna have to go take my mother, so I wanted the nanny here, I didn't know what it was gonna look like and what Anna was gonna wanna do and things like that, so. Also, if I was gonna see my mother, I was gonna take the kids somewhere, then we're gonna meet up later, but, because I've so little time outside of the house, when I do try to take, most of it as a family, and get everything done that we said we would do.
You mentioned having options on New Year's.
Yeah, because I had the time to go up to see my mother, so I was like, we'd go up and we wanted to do something, with her, with the family, we had those options were available to us, which, like today, they would not be, right, because I don't have any time.
You guys had an argument after she said she was home early?
No, we didn't have an argument, I was a bit taken by surprise, not to be crude, but I was in the bathroom, and she came by and said, I have to go to sleep, and I was like, well, hold on, and she's like, I have to get up early, Brian, I have to go tomorrow, and I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that, and then she said, I said I might have to leave early, I said, I didn't know it was going to be like that early. So, but I did have an argument with her for the Thanksgiving and the Christmas Eve, so I wasn't going to make the same thing 3 times. I was like, okay. And then she immediately backed it up with like, hey, I'm going to come 4 or 5 days and for Martin Luther King Day because we were making a new schedule for January and February. I said coming every week is really not good. Is there any way that you could come every other week for more time? So we were working on that when she arrived Friday and Saturday. We were talking about that.
If the kids took her phone and hid it on her, how would she contact someone for a ride?
If the kids took her phone and hid it, how would she contact someone for a ride? She wouldn't leave I don't think she would leave the house without the phone. But let's say that I'm wrong about that. So sure, she would use my phone, right? But she put Lyft on there. I guess she would download Uber and get it. But would I know where my phone was? And and we didn't have this phone at the time. So we don't have phones in the house.
Do you use any iPads potentially?
Oh, there you go. She probably wouldn't be able to use the iPad to do it. I would not, but she would know how to. The only thing I saw was one phone, one and her laptop. That other iPad that I'm telling you about should be at the should be at the museum. She did have a laptop with her, but remember she programmed all of these.
How did Thomas get his phone?
I think my mother bought it on I forget when we got the phone, because we had to get the phone and, or my mother had it and she was bringing it with the watch and everything, so it probably came here on she probably brought it on the 2nd or something, everything came on the 2nd.
When you didn't have your phone, when you sent those emails, those 3 emails?
Yeah.
What were they to again?
So Zach and Daniel, my business partners at Let's, my wife and my mother.
How did you send those emails?
My laptop.
I asked you, did you do anything to hurt your wife?
No, I would never do that.
We all have arguments with one another, spouses, etc. Has that ever escalated to a physical confrontation?
No, sir, no. My wife and I got along very, very well. Hey, the only stress we were having was going together. It's really, I bothered Tracy about it for months. The family doesn't work without my wife. Never hurt my wife. I mean, I loved her, and what would have been, I think about my kids too. She's a wonderful mother on top of being a wonderful wife. I mean, to take that away from them, I mean, I just couldn't even imagine something like that. That's just not, would never do anything to hurt my wife. I wanted to spend the rest of my life with my wife. I'm still going to. And, you know, we were apart because of the job and my legal problems.
Her leaving very early, made me angry.
No, I wasn't angry. I was sad. I got angry about Thanksgiving, and then you know, I realized I was just sad that we're not spending a lot of time together. And she was sad about it too. And it was exhausting for both of us. She was away from the boys. I was always dealing with the boys. But my wife and I were a very good team. We agreed on almost everything. We agreed on I have to get to DC. Just didn't feel like we were the authors of our own lives. So that's why she wrote that on the thing. We have to be the authors of our own lives to make this happen, Brian. We're always working together.
In your mind, where do you think she is right now?
You know, I like a lot of people have said maybe she's at a spa, you know, and she was under a lot of pressure. It doesn't really track with my wife. She loved her job and she loved her family, so she would always be focused on that. I mean, you know, maybe the country house like in Bela, in Serbia, but I have no idea. I can't imagine. I'm having a hard time imagining it.
Does she have any other identifications?
She's got a Serbian passport or Serbian, international identification cards. One with Lubic, one with NIP. I haven't seen her use them recently. I don't know if they're in. I don't even know if the date is on them or the proper date. If they're
Other than Serbia, any other ties internationally in the country she visit, or family or good friends?
She's a language expert. She spent time in college in France, which speaks perfect French. But she doesn't have a family, or if she has a friend there, I don't know if it's still there, Julianne. But other than that, that would be it. And then you have DC and Boston. I mean, DC. sisters in Canada, sure. They're asking for a broader. Okay.
So you checked international flights. Was she scheduled, it appeared in the newspaper, not that I ever believe the newspaper, which is why I'm asking you guys. It appeared in the newspaper that she did have reservations to go back to DC on January 3rd.
That makes sense, yeah.
I'm just asking if that's confirmed.
That's our understanding, yes.
Do you know what time?
Something like that, no, we don't know.
Of course, they're the morning flight, yeah, always.
And that she never changed that.
To our knowledge, it's not canceled or adjusted.
There is a chatter between JetBlue and her over the last few months. Because when she doesn't call, she does something, they do it online, like online messaging.
Oh, they should probably go to the JetBlue site.
Yeah, they have a chat, yeah. So that's, so she could be doing that and feeding kids or something like that. There's a, right, but a lot of times she would talk to them and it wouldn't work out and then she would take a break and then come back or.
We're not talking about like an email back, we're talking about a live chat.
Yeah, so sometimes, I mean, I don't know if it, but, you know, it could be like, they're like, we'll just come in, change at the counter, or they're like, I can't do this, and she was always asking for, she had gotten a good status, especially with the card, so I don't know what her deal was, but it's possible that, because she said when I have this, they can make changes at the counter, upgrades at the counter are different, so, yeah, she never called them.
Anything else at the moment? What about like, brunch reservations or any brunch plans on New Year's? I guess that's a popular thing.
Not that I know, but Anna was talking about making some, so I don't know if she did it or not. Like, I haven't checked, I haven't looked for anything on Open Table or Resi or anything like that. But I could take a look.
And then,
Because last year we went the whole family, we did go to brunch. So that is a very normal thing to do.
so normally there's like a bigger
Yeah, I mean,
scheduled plan for New Year's.
right, but I mean, this year, things were up in the air.
So, a lot of time outside of the house on New Year's Day. When did you put that request in? Was it a normal Thursday request? Or
Yeah.
was it special?
No, always Thursday,
Okay.
And the request was from what, from 3 to 9?
3 to 9,
So there wouldn't have been brunch.
No, yeah, we wouldn't have had brunch, but it was good. That's
Would
not-
she have gone to brunch without you?
No, well, short of left, no.
I mean, if she were going home on January 3rd, would she have gone out to brunch with other friends or anything?
No way, no. The only time when she was here that she saw someone without me was Rima. And I was only twice, she did that twice, that's the only, everything else we would do together or people would come to the house. The time together was very important for us.
Close friends in the area that,
Peter Kirby,
that you think we should speak to as far as that knew Anna real well, that she was close with that past?
Peter Kirby, they were in the same leadership school together 3 years ago, and he lives with his wife and John Marshall. They've been calling for support. Jim Mutlu, who's here, obviously, a family friend, and someone who is, obviously loves Anna very much. Rima Ferrer, she was Anna's mentor, and they were very good friends. Those would be the main ones that I would think of.
I think that's pretty much it for now. I mean, you're gonna have to obviously keep up the dialogue and back and forth as you're getting close. And follow-up questions. And you can imagine, as we continue to.
I might have it here. That's helpful.
Just scroll through.
Yeah, let me get that going. But I think she sent it to me. One of the things. Could this be it? No.
You obviously have the ability to get your own credit card statements. You wanna pull those and then, for the past week, and that'll help us know travel and places to stop and stuff like that.
Yeah, just check the Chase Freedom. That's the one that I use. Like, I don't use the Capital. The Capital one has been out of commission. It was only in commission for a month or so. Do you have access to the Chase Freedom, or?
We gotta jump through a lot of hoops.
Yeah, absolutely. We got it. How much of the Chase Freedom would you like?
Very first through.
Oh, okay, so just
We'll
okay.
give y'all December. We'll give y'all, we're not gonna,
That's
Probably easier just to, they come in a month.
whatever the last month's statement is, I'm not sure if it's, you know how it is, some of them start December 10.
If you have any statements, so, progress that comes in.
Yeah, so will I. But I don't think they do anything.
I'm still not.
I have dealt with Anna, she does everything online.
Yeah.
Anna's cousin, the one with the
Milan?
land dispute in Serbia.
Milan,
right?
yeah.
Milan, I was gonna ask his name. The
Yeah.
last name?
Lubicic.
Has he ever contacted you?
No. Yeah, I think he does speak English, though.
So, you said there was a conflict. Is that
Yeah, there's a terrible conflict. If you speak to Alexandra, she'll know more about it. But since I've known Anna, basically what happened 2 generations ago in Serbia, in Belgrade, Anna's father's mother, so her grandmother, bought a piece of land with her sister or something, and then they had kids, and there's been a land dispute over it because now it's worth a lot of money, and you can build a large building there. And that building, that kind of money in Serbia, change your life. I mean, it's like winning the lottery here. And then they've been fighting over it for many, many years, 20 years at least. They thought they were going to resolve it in 2017. Then things didn't work out. Things went back and forth. And then just this Thanksgiving, they, basically dissolved the deal. So they had a deal that it took 15 years to put together. 5 years later, they couldn't perform, and they're going to split.
So aside from that, and the from is there any, business conflicts with properties or with this new job? Is there anybody that would be upset with that?
Yeah, people have asked me that same question. I can't think of anyone that would be upset with Anna. I mean, everyone loves Anna. I mean, she's wonderful. So, if you see all the texts and emails coming, like, what can we do? Love Anna. I can't think of I can't think of anything like that. Honestly, that would be upgraded to anything like this, especially.
Whether it's her fault or not, like any issues at work that comes up that somebody would be slighted.
Not that I know. I mean, the only people I know are the people that she was working with, and actually had a very good working relationship with everybody. No, again, it would be very hard to. No, I wouldn't have a name to give you for that.
Okay. What about you? Any previous business partners, any current partners, anybody that would be upset with you that would want to try and hurt you in some way?
Well, I mean, we love the guy in LA.
Oh, but there's a civil lawsuit.
Yeah.
A
Well,
civil lawsuit is not the same as wanting to hurt you.
okay, but
There's a civil lawsuit in California. I don't think that reasons any.
okay, yeah,
I
I don't.
understand somebody suing you.
Yeah.
But Anna too.
Trying to hurt your wife is different. Yeah.
Right, but they're suing Anna as well, and he called Anna during the thing. So I mean, that's the one, that's one person. But I don't think so either. But that,
Could we have the name just to
what is it,
Like the gallery.
Gallery thing? But he had
Ron?
Ron Rivlin. Yeah, But he did call. He called Anna, and he brought her into the case.
What do you say to it all?
Well, he sent her threatening email, Facebook text at one point. You stole from me. I know the police and the FBI. I'm coming to get you. Things like that. But that was 6 years ago. And we had, other than when I was arrested, he tried to contact her via Facebook or something, 2018. But we haven't heard from him since.
What was the 18 contact?
2018. I think it was just he was trying to friend her or something like that.
About that, the criminal stuff started.
That's right when the criminal stuff started. Yeah, but that would be someone who, certainly I have a different situation. So him and there's Jung and Lee in Korea, but highly unlikely. I mean he's a son of a billionaire. I don't think he would.
What in Korea?
His name is Jung Lee.
It's another person involved in it.
Yeah.
They're getting restitution and everything.
Also,
The guy is-
Jung could care less. Yeah.
I don't think anything of that would rise to that.
Yeah. Saying that Arnaud Dubuis.
And besides, they would be pissed at him, not.
Yeah. Ron is the only one that tried to bring us
Chung Lee is and what was the other name you said?
was Arnaud. Or the other person who Arnaud Dubuis, who's in Paris. He's a art dealer.
Were they all partners in there?
No, it's all a separate situation.
So why separate incidents, like aside from?
Yeah, well, they're similar
They're
separated.
separate incidents, and honestly, I don't think anything about his criminal case would have anything to do with this.
I don't either, but I still want to know.
But those are the names of the players, and Ron was the one who did have contact with my wife, and did serve my wife at work.
Okay, but if people have a problem with you or your wife, like those are the people we want to know.
Right.
I understand that. Some of those people make it very fucking passionate. They have any involvement in this.
Well, definitely Korea and France are pretty. I mean, he's the other guy's in LA, so.
If anyone contacts you or some about this, media or how.
We're
in any like contacts, really.
We will give you any information that we get.
What was that, a truck was here last night, with, out-of-state place, was that a visitor, or? is that the-
An Abdullah?
What time did he arrive last?
Adele, yeah, he was. It was
You
late.
called me.
Yeah, I called you late, so you must have not.
And how long was he here, roughly?
10 minutes, 15 minutes. But my mother's saying it was 30. I was trying to.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I was trying to usher him out quickly. But he went. But at one point, he brought James Ryan, who was one of Anna's mentors 10 years ago, who I haven't seen in a decade, which is weird. And then I was speaking to James, but he went over and spoke to the kids to Zach, the kids from. But
I'm hearing a lot, I'm talking with Ron's friends and you, there is leadership in this league. What exactly is going on with these groups that you guys are part of?
yeah, so how to explain? It was something called Boston Breakthrough Academy, and it was just a leadership training program. We formed pretty close relationships there, and as I said, we raised a lot of money through our community service projects each, from Loving Spoonfuls, Torch Foundation, things like that. So we've stayed connected. It was more than 3 years ago. I guess I started this month 3 years ago, and Anna graduated in February 3 years ago, so 2020. Well, it's a 4 or 5 month program, and then you get a graduation. And he says that you've graduated or have a certificate of completion of your of work. So
Okay.
it's not accredited, to be clear.
Okay. Is Adele is a member of that?
He is not, no.
He's not.
But
The guy he brought in was?
James Ryan, no.
I thought it said.
A mentor from her when she was young at work, yeah.
Okay.
And a good, someone that she considered. They, I guess they had spent time together, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago as well.
When's the last time, how much of that, leadership group that you mentioned?
Oh, yeah, it was 3 years ago now.
The
Yeah.
last time she was there.
Part of it, yeah, but we stay in touch.
Okay. All right.
But, you know, Jen, Melissa, and Peter Kirby, all of them have gone through that training. But if you have any other questions, please don't hesitate.
Appreciate that.
Anything from the pool today?
No.
Very cool.
Okay.
It is,
Oh,
15:36. Trying to.
Your Honor,
Yes?
could the Commonwealth request that identification D is read into the record?
Sure. So, George, from time to time, I will read you what are stipulations. They're simply agreements between the parties. I sometimes say they're facts you can take to the bank if the parties agree to them. I'm going to read such a stipulation now, marked for identification as Exhibit D for ID. At 5:18 a.m. on Saturday, January 7th, 2023, Cohasset Police Detective Harrison Schmidt received an email from Richard Walker 9984 at gmail.com, which stated, "We have the so-named Anna Walshe with us here. We had a deal worth $127,000. She messed up. We have her here with us, and if she doesn't pay the money, then she'll never be back. And we know that the police and the FBI are involved. Good luck finding us." Detective Schmidt received a second email from Richard Walker 9984 at gmail.com, which stated, "Here is Anna Walshe. Unless she pay the money we deal, she isn't coming back. Comma, comma. Thanks and good luck." The second email had an image of a woman who was not Anna Walshe, and using an image search, police found the image on iStockPhoto.com under, quote, "kidnapped stock photos," end quote. On January 7th, 2023, police obtained a search warrant for data associated with the account Richard Walker 9984 at gmail.com. The search warrant was sent to Google, and investigators learned that the Internet Protocol address, the IP address, with the Richard Walker 9984 email account geolocated to Nigeria, and no IP addresses located in the United States were associated with the account that sent the Richard Walker 9984 at gmail.com email. The Commonwealth is not alleging that Brian Walshe sent the Richard Walker 9984 at gmail.com email.
Thank you, Your Honor. So, Sergeant, a couple questions about that interview. There's mention of an application, Viber. Could you tell us what that is, if you know?
It's a messaging application.
And there's also mentioning of WhatsApp. Do you understand what that is?
Yes, that's also a communication app.
There was mentioning of a person named Abdullah. Do you know his name?
Yes, Dula Almatari,
And what is his relationship to Anna Walshe?
a previous coworker from the hospitality industry.
There was also mention of Peter Kirby. What is his relationship to the Walshes?
A family friend.
During the interview, a dog can be heard barking. Where was the dog located in the home?
In the crates in that sunken-in family room.
And you had the opportunity to be at the home a few times between the 4th and the 7th. What issues did you ever have with the dog?
None.
There was also mention of the pool today. What was going on at the pool that day?
During that wide-scale search, we had drained the pool to get a better look at it.
Now, after January 6th, when the Cohasset Police Department had a press conference, what happened to your voicemail and email?
I was inundated with messages and tips from the public.
Why is it that your voicemail and email were inundated?
I was the point of contact for any information, so my department email and phone were listed and disseminated to the news and social media.
And was Richard Walker email one of those things that came into you after that press conference?
Yes.
Now, Ms. Gilman, could we have what was marked yesterday as Exhibit 44? Sir, do you recognize Exhibit 44?
Yes.
And where is this in relation to the house?
If you're standing in the backyard with the house to your rear, you'd be looking at like the back right corner of the fenced-in portion of the yard. That's the shed.
What's on the other side of the fence?
Neighboring house.
Now, you and Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit 47 from yesterday? Sir, do you recognize this?
Yes.
This is the what you said was the missing poster you created?
Correct.
Now, what information? Where did you get the information to create this poster?
I made this on Thursday, so I had the information from the patrol report, the NCIC missing persons form, and the information from the first interview with the defendant.
Thank you. If you could take that down, Ms. Gilman. And when you were speaking to the defendant, what did you learn as far as Anna Walsh's maiden name or prior names?
There was a previous name of a Nip, K-N-I-P-P, and a maiden name of Lubitschek.
Now, after that interview on the 7th, what did you do next as far as your investigation?
We continued to reach out to friends and family, gather more background information.
And on the 8th, what did you do in the morning?
We briefed at Cohasset Police Station a plan to execute a search warrant.
And where were you going to execute the search warrant?
516 CJC Highway.
What time did you have the opportunity to execute the search warrant?
Around 9 a.m.
And so when you executed the search warrant, who was with you?
Myself, I believe Chief Quigley, the day shift for patrol, the state police detectives, crime scene. I believe that was it.
And who was at the house when you executed the search warrant?
The defendant and his children, and Diana Walsh, the mother.
And what did you do with those people in order to execute the search warrant?
We had reached out to Attorney Minor, and she came to the scene, and they all left with Attorney Minor.
Now, did you ever have the opportunity to speak to Mr. Walsh again on January 8th of 2023?
Yes.
Where did that conversation take place?
Attorney Minor's residence in Situate.
And who was present for that conversation?
Attorney Minor, myself, Trooper DeChico, Trooper Proctor, the defendant, and his children were in the other room.
And have you had the opportunity to review a recording of that?
Yes.
And does that fairly and accurately depict the defendant's statements in that interview?
Yes.
Your Honor, the Commonwealth will proceed to have this marked as the next exhibit, which today I believe is 62.
Any additional objections beyond the ones I previously heard?
No, Your Honor.
The 1/8/23 audio will be marked and is now in evidence as Exhibit 62. And for the record, for those of you keeping track over there, the jump is as a result of the following. The parties agreed to, and I had indicated to counsel, now will indicate to you on the record, certain financial records that the parties agreed to have been admitted into evidence, and those records are now in evidence as Exhibits 56, 61. They comprised records from Apple Credit Union, Barclays JetBlue Credit Card, Leader Bank, JP Morgan Chase, Liberty Bank, Bay Credit Union, and Fidelity Records. So, clarifying that.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, with the court's permission, may the Commonwealth play Exhibit 62?
You may.
Thank you. Ms. Gilman?
$11:13 on Sunday, the 8th, 2023. My name is Harrison Schmidt. I'm a detective at Cohasset Police.
Trooper Michael Proctor, Norfolk County DA's office.
David Chico, Cooper, Norfolk DA's office.
Tracy Minor, attorney for Brian Walshe.
So we're here at 244 Gannett Road in Situate. Did you see the time?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. So, yes, the last time we spoke was yesterday, and I think we asked you to give us a good account of where you went when you left your house on the 1st, and you told us that you'd gone to visit your mom, went out, ran a few errands for Whole Foods, CVS, and thank you, ma'am. You told us that the Whole Foods was across from the house, and your mom lived in Paradise Lane, and the CVS was in Danvers. Which CVS in Danvers was it?
No, sorry, maybe it was by the nail salon that on a nice year.
What road would that be on?
By Kathmandu, Coffee Shop.
Kathmandu. Okay. And what did you purchase there?
It's probably the alcoholic wipes or the yellow wipes, whatever it's called. I forget what it's called.
Okay. And the method of payment?
It's cash.
And the time that you would have been there?
7?
About 7 p.m.
Yeah, 11.
Okay.
I was looking for Tylenol for the children.
Okay.
Because it's very hard
Well,
to
we
get.
know that you got back to Cohasset by 8.
After 11:30, yes. But
It's not an exact science, but like a general approximation.
Before 7, most likely. It gets dark out, so we're like.
Was it dark when you got there?
Yeah.
It was. Okay. You think it was full 6:30?
I don't.
Okay. So,
But it could have been at 6:30.
did you go anywhere else other than that CVS and Danvers?
That was the only place that time. In the Whole Foods.
And you went there
Earlier.
for the time?
Yeah. I've been going to Walgreens. Anytime I go, my mother asks me to get alcohol for the kids. That we should be trying to get some.
And on the 2nd, the only place you went was to press.
Please,
On the 2nd. May I have a look at that? Check, shows, press. eBay purchase.
We can purchase vegetables.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for getting that together for me. Okay. So obviously there's a lot of electronic devices in your house. And you've been kind enough to consent to downloading several of them. One of them being the iPad mini that's Thomas's. Is that right? Now on previously you told us that Thomas had gotten up on New Year's Eve and spent some time with you, with Jem and Anna, and then he'd gone to bed, right? And that was what, like 10, 10:30, is that correct?
Around there.
Around there.
You can combine the photo that was sent by Anna. You give it a more exact time.
Okay. Do you use any other devices in the house?
I use my phone, and Anna and I only use our phones and the everybody uses everything, but I only use the gold laptop.
The gold laptop? Is that an Apple or?
Everything we have in there is Apple, except Anna's work computer was not Apple.
So again, we downloaded the iPad mini, and you've been fairly consistent in your story, your account on the morning. You said that Anna gave you a kiss at 6:30 in the morning. Is that So, how do you explain at about 4:54 in the morning, the iPad here, the iPad mini is querying the kind of best ways to dispose of the human body?
54?
In the morning.
I don't, I have no idea.
Thomas is asleep. And
Well,
he's using
Thomas
the
is,
iPad.
Thomas is in his room with the iPad. Thomas is usually, I mean, I don't use an iPad, so that's really weird.
He's 6, right?
Yeah,
He's,
but he does not have the,
is he the average intelligence for a 6-year-old?
oh, no, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, but 6-year-olds typically, I mean, I have a 4-year-old who's, as a hard, he can't spell his last name.
No,
6 is
exactly.
obviously way more advanced. If you have a 6-year-old who, you know, there's
No,
no.
obviously not.
Okay. There is dozens of searches in that iPad on the morning of the 1st that ask how to dispose of the human body, how to get blood out of hardwood floors, how to dispose of the body in the trash, how to stop a body from decomposing, and how do you explain that?
I don't have no idea.
So you're not using that iPad?
No, no, so, I mean, only to get it for his speaking meetings.
Okay. On 11/6, right?
That's what I believe, yeah.
So throughout the afternoon, on the 1st, when Anna is gone, the device continues to query how to get blood stains, does blood remove, does the dishwasher remove blood from a knife, and so on and so forth.
These queries continue on January 7th.